So in our last lesson, I showed you how to import operating system. We started by creating each folder for each operating system. We created Windows 7 folder, Windows 8 folder, and Windows 10 folder. I have gone ahead and I have imported the rest of the operating system. I guess we imported Windows 7 together, so I have imported Windows 8 and I've also imported Windows 10. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do in this lesson is to create our task sequence. I've done the same thing. You right click on task sequence, you create new folder, each folder for each operating system. Alright, now to create a task sequence for Windows 7, click on Windows 7 folder, right click and create new task sequence. Alright, in the first one you will need a task sequence ID. I'll give mine 001 and I'll give it a name, Windows 7 Enterprise. That's my task sequence name. The comments, by the way, it's not really, doesn't matter. So go next. Select a template. There are a bunch of templates that Microsoft has prepared for us here. The best one is, the standard one is a standard client task sequence. I'll just leave it at that. It's a complete task sequence for deploying a client operating system. So click on next. And then in this task sequence, we want to select our operating system Windows 7 first. So I will choose Windows 7 Professional. Alright, and I will click on next. Okay, in the product key, I do not want to specify product key at this time. I will do that when I'm installing. I will click next, and in the OS settings, the full name should be like a Windows user. So basically, it will be Techakin. Okay. So Windows 7 Pro hashtag. Okay, that's what I want to give my full name. Okay, you can give, it doesn't matter if the name you give it, it's fine. Organization is Tech. Okay, and then the home page, www.techakin.ga. Okay, go next, and then a password. Put in a password, your administrative password. I suggest you give it a very secure password and confirm the password again. And then click on next. Alright, the summary. This is the summary of all the necessary details have been specified. I'm fine with this, and I will click on next. Now our task sequence is being generated and is completed. You click on finish. That's Windows 7 Enterprise task sequence. Go to Windows 8 and do the same thing. New task sequence. Task sequence number 002. And give it a name, Windows 8.1. Okay, and go next. Standard client task sequence. Next. And in the select OS page, select Windows 8 and select Windows 8.1 Pro. And go next. Product key, not at this time. Go next. Full name, Windows 8.1 Pro. And then organization name, as usual. And then website name, as usual. You can leave it blank, like I mentioned before. Or you can type your own page. Specify the same password, admin password. Alright. and click next. The summary details is all correct, click next, and then a new task sequence is generated. Okay, so that's how to create new task sequence. Go ahead and do Windows 10 as well. And once you've done that, basically the next thing you have to do not forget this step, is very important. You right click on deployment share, update deployment share, and completely regenerate the boot image, and go next. And now the deployment share will now be updated. You can see our deployment share is now fully updated. The next thing you can do, the next thing to do at this point is just click on finish. All right, and that's it. That's how to create a task sequence and how to update a task sequence. In the next section, we're going to be installing an operating system over the network. See you next time.